wasting my time transmitting from West Virginia, boy. I'm on a hillside in the stars, wasting my time.
Hey, and welcome back to Tony Talks Trash About Music. Today, Tony and Dino finishing up what they started last time. The best records and the records made by the great brothers duo, the Male Brothers, Sparks. We have done counted down already number 29 to number 11 in the last one. You still have your list there, Dino?
Oh, absolutely.
Go
Yeah.
ahead, count down. Read off your 27 to 11 really quickly.
Okay. 27 interior design from 1988. 26 gratuitous sax and senseless violins. 25 the seduction of Ingmar Bergman. 24 Half Nelson from 71. 23 terminal jive. 22 big beat. 21 plagiarism. 20 a woofer in tweeter's clothing. Uh, 18, I believe, or 19 was in outer space. I believe so. Yeah. And then Annette at 18. So 19 in outer space, Annette at 18. Then Introducing Sparks at 17. Then Exotic Creatures of the Deep at 16. 15, The Girl is Crying in Her Latte, the latest from 2023. Balls at 14. Uh, and then at 13, Pulling Rabbits Out of a Hat. At 12, Music That You Can Dance to. 11, Little Beethoven, 2002.
You know, it's funny. I'm looking through this, the same ones we have. Let me do mine real quick. 27, Seduction, Ingmar Bergman. 26, Music You Can Dance to. 25, Outer Space. 24, Rabbits Out of the Hat. 23, Terminal Jive. 22, Crying in Her Latte. 21, Interior Design. 20, Gratuitous Sax. 19, Plagiarism. 18, Introducing Sparks. 17, Annette. I mean, we got the same during that. We just like switched the numbers slightly.
Yeah.
16, Hippopotamus. 15, FFS. 14, Hello Young Lovers. 13, Exotic Creatures of the Deep. 12, the debut Half Nelson, and number 11, like you, Little Beethoven. So go ahead, man, take us off from here and let's jump into the best of the albums.
Yeah, we're going right there, baby.
There it is.
VIP. That's our first one from 22. And this is our VIP from 23. There it is.
Nice.
So those are our
Beautiful.
VIP passes from those two shows in a row.
That's right.
Uh,
Yeah. That was one of the best I've ever seen, man. You got those seats right up front. That was
oh my God, there's nothing like watching Ronnie up close, man. He's pretty amazing. And the band, gotta say, the band they put together, they've been they did a lot of dates, very tight. Those guys from LA.
Oh my God, it was. It was like a
Really,
machine.
really,
And
yeah.
plus,
Yeah, and this
yeah,
wasn't a bunch of guys they just put together for the tour. They've been
right.
playing together for a few years, and they're very tight. And and Ronnie's a master.
And
You know what I
and
mean?
and yeah, and I think Russell's singing better than he's ever sung
Oh,
before.
his
Voice
voice
is better
was
than ever.
he hit every high, and he's a
It's incredible.
falsetto for God's sakes.
He's unbelievable live. He's unbelievable
He's
live.
a falsetto. You know how hard that is? Try singing falsetto sometime.
I don't know
It's
anybody that can their voice can hack it that long without
it's
choking.
unbelievable. You know who he reminds me of now. It's not the same, but he's like Orbison. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Nobody could sing in that range but Roy, and he was perfect till the day he died.
he
And
was.
it's just it's just like the falsetto. It's like Russell's falsetto. Same thing.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. So
You
we're
mean
gonna
number?
start at 10. It's Franz Ferdinand Sparks from
Okay.
2015. Still kicking myself in the ass for not going to the show.
I
So
should have gone too, man. I love this record more. You know, this record grew on me. It really
it
did.
does. The more
Beginning,
you listen to it,
yeah. I
it
think the
really
more you
does.
listen to it, the best.
Yeah.
I just like it all. We've already gone over all the songs when I picked like "Piss Off"
Oh
and
yeah.
"Save Me from Myself," "The Man Police Encounters." You know, Johnny Delusional's a cool. I liked it. I liked that better as it went on. You know,
Sure.
it's really intelligent music. I mean, this record has a really intelligent edge to it that that is kind of more scholarly, maybe even than the stuff that Sparks does.
Oh yeah. It's
But
I
I
I, I
great.
really like it.
Fantastic. Me too. That's number 10 for you. Number 10 for me would be the one you've already visited here, and that is the album number 2, produced by Jim Lowe of the Electric Prunes. Substitute to Todd on the first record, Wolfer and Tweeter's Clothing.
Wolfer and Tweeter's Clothing.
Of course, they did Beaver O Lindy on this tour. We saw it.
Yes.
It was great. And Do Re Mi, of course, is great. Whippings and Apologies, Batteries Not Included. Move Over Kentucky. I love this record. Here Comes Bob. This
You were
is
waiting for that track during the show. You knew it was coming.
yeah. I know. We I couldn't help it. I had to look and see.
It was great. It was
Back
great.
when he had the band, man, Harvey Feinstein, drummer, Ron Russell, and the Mankey brothers, Jim Mankey, or Earl Mankey, man. Great.
Jim and Earl.
There they all were. Soon they would depart to UK and form an entirely new band.
Yes.
At number 10, Woofer and Tweeter's Clothing, Bearsville Records.
Okay. I'm gonna jump to 9.
73.
That is from 2017, and it's Hippopotamus.
Uh-huh. I have a couple different versions of it. I can show you.
Higher on my list than yours, isn't it?
A little bit. My Hippopotamus with me was 16, so it's a little bit.
Right. Not too far away.
Yeah. I think what holds it back for me is the 3 kind of, the songs on there with the literary references to it.
Right. Yes.
What's the other one? So Tell Me, Mrs. Lincoln. There's the other one, and then what's the third one? Then maybe it's the one. Maybe I just think, well, so what the hell is it this time? That's a cool song.
Yeah. Yes, I do like that. That's a good tune.
It's a trip. The whole record's great, but this one really, though, Missionary Position. This had a huge. Lisa loves this one. This is my
and I think it did very well in Europe too.
Yeah.
I think it was a good. It got a lot of radio play. Of course, I stream a lot of stations in Europe.
Uh-huh. Well, they were stunned. I know they were surprised. Their reaction, at least if it's to be believed on their website, when they got the chart position from that, they were really surprised. I'm going to surprise you probably with my number 9, in that it is low as it is. But of all the ones in the golden age, to me, I find it the hardest of the bunch to relate to, and I'm talking about Propaganda. Propaganda is number 9. I have a hard time. I've always had a hard time with this record.
Wow.
I don't home and work and play. I don't like
holy shit.
A Chew I love. Bon Voyage is great. But some of the other songs, man, who don't like kids is a little bit annoying and jerky. And I never really liked Mother Earth or Something for the Girl. Those are 2 of their singles I like, okay, but
I absolutely do.
Live, Huh?
Mother Earth, Nico Case did a fantastic cover of Mother Earth.
Oh, I love the lyrics.
Yeah, but I mean her cover, and having a woman sing it, it's great.
I'm sure it is. But I love it. 74 Propaganda. I just don't love it as I've noticed in my list. My ratings are always lower on it than other people's are. So that's my number 9. My number 9, 74 Propaganda.
I got you. Number 9. My number 8 from 2020, A Steady Drip, Drip, Drip.
That was the one I was referring to earlier, man. That I thought you would think I was weird because I hadn't talked about it yet. I've got a bunch. This is a sealed copy. Please Don't Fuck My World, The Existential Threat. Man, I love this record. Self-Effacing.
Great album.
Favorite of all time. Self-Effacing will show up in the song countdown. Yeah. I'm Toast. Lawnmower. I just like it, man. I like it. I like it a lot. iPhone, but Please Don't Fuck Up My World. I'm Toast. All that, of course, all that is the big one, that was the show closer. It's wonderful. Yeah, I like it too, man. That's your number 8?
That is my number 8.
What's your favorite song on that? What's your favorite song on that record?
What did you just mention? You said
Self-Effacing?
Yes.
That's a great song. The lyrics.
I do love that song.
Lyrics are just grandiose. All right, man. I'm going to go to one that's already showed up in yours, 1976's. For my number 8, 1976's the roller. What's that? I mean, the roller coaster movie where they are wrecking.
Oh yeah, Roller Coaster with George Segal.
Yeah, there is a
Yeah,
great live show online on the Capitol Theater. I think when they're playing this, but
from the Big
uh,
B period.
yeah, he starts
Yeah.
off with nothing to do, and he just glides across. Better say what does he say? Better to prepare yourself to say that everything doesn't have to be great. Nothing to do.
Well, people kind of threw them into the glam bucket at that time.
Well, with
You know
this
what I mean? They
cover, I
threw,
mean,
oh,
look at
they're a
that.
glam band. I was like, I don't know. They could
They're
be,
even trying
but
to look, halfway normal, with this.
yeah.
Everybody's stupid. Fill her up is great. White women I don't like. That's kind of stupid.
Yeah,
But the
that's
rest
what
of it, man, I think is great. Nothing to do and big boy. I love it.
Big Boy's great. Yeah.
My name is whatever it is. He don't care. I think what if they're talking about Big Boy, I think it's about Led Zeppelin. I think it's about the way
Could
that Led
be.
Zeppelin would come to the West Coast and just fucking take all the groupies and mess with it. I think that's what this song is about. I think it's about Led Zeppelin's conquest of the West Coast or bands like that, that would come down to Rodney's and just screw all the groupies and take everybody would freak out for the week that they were in town. I think that's what the song's about. But anyway,
Right.
that's fine. That's my feeling on number 1976, number 8, the beat, Big Beat,
So that was your number
8.
8.
Now ready for
My
your
number 7 is from 2006. It's called Hello, Young Lovers.
Okay, that's the one I do not have, Joe. That I have it, but I can't find it. That's the obligatory one that we lose, every time. The one with the
Yeah.
rabbit on the cover,
Yes, it's got the rabbits on the cover. Dick Around.
Dick
I've
around.
seen that live 2 or 3 times. Perfume, rock, rock, rock. Metaphor is another. They did
Oh,
Metaphor
oh yeah,
on the Two Hands, One Mouth tour. They did
Met-
Metaphor with just piano. That was it. And
metaphor.
it was great. Yeah.
Yeah, metaphors
Here,
killer.
Kitty, Waterproof.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. Baby, baby, can I invade your country?
Oh, that's hurting. That's getting a little close to home now, man. I think.
So
Yeah,
yeah, but I
we're in
mean it
mode,
it
guys, where we've been
it was
told what's
fantastic when I bought the CD. You know where I bought that CD? You
uh,
ready for this? Tower Records when it
woo.
came out.
Wow,
Tower in Fairfax had an import, and I bought it
wow,
right away.
wow.
It came in from Britain a week earlier, and I snatched it up.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Love it, man.
So that was my number 7. Hello, Young Lovers.
Hello, young lovers, number 7. My number 7, I think probably is going to place a little higher in yours because I haven't seen it yet. But I'm of course talking about the coming completely out of left field and hitting everybody over the head. The Giorgio Moroder produced Number One in Heaven, which is just
Oh yeah.
a complete reinvention. This is the first really disco-y Pet Shop Boys-ish. This is the first time anybody ever did it. This is years before anybody ever did this. The
Right.
innovation it took to get this. A lot of people toss it off and say, well, beat the clock and stuff. It sounds like a normal thing. When that fucker came out, there was nothing like this out there at all.
Right.
This was the only dance music out there was Donna Summer. This stuff wasn't happening yet, man. I
No.
mean, this is Trials of the Human Race. La Dolce Vita, Beat the Clock, a number one song in heaven. They brought the house down with it, man, at the show. I mean, it's just what a great
Right.
show, what a great video, and what a great vision to be able to sit here and like take it. I wonder, do you see that thing on the back? Is that like what is that? That's like
I
a
don't know.
looks like a microscope. They're holding a microscope. I don't understand why they would hold a microscope. But this is a promo too, and here's the inside cover at it.
Yeah.
Love it.
I
Love those.
saw
Love
I
love
saw
the
I
videos.
saw Giorgio Moroder at the Moog Fest in Nashville, North Carolina.
Whoa.
Saw Kraftwerk that year, saw Giorgio Moroder, and saw the late Keith Emerson
Ooh,
that year.
poor guy.
And Moroder did, I think he did a instrumental, but it was from Number One in Heaven.
Wow.
Yeah, just an instrumental. Like he was doing different stuff, and I heard it, and it was like a minute and a half or 2 minutes, and I said, I know that piece right there when he was
Yeah.
done. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was great. I mean, because he doesn't play out anymore.
Yeah.
But this was 2014. It's been 10 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
So mine's from 1979. That's number 7. Time for your 6, brother.
6. Womp that sucker. 1981.
Great record. I'll get it over here, man.
Oh yeah.
Hold
Tip,
on.
probably the greatest. Seen it live. Tips for Teens. Funny Face. I
Oh,
Married
Funny
a
Face.
Martian.
I played Funny Face. I like playing Funny. I played that myself. I love that song.
Don't Shoot Me.
Yeah.
That's not Natasha.
Oh, that's great. That's not in the
That's
time. That's great. I love it.
oh God.
Women,
Love
yeah.
that album. That was from that 80s period where they were just churning them out, you know.
And I never realized this was a Marauder thing too, but it was produced by Mac, who was under Marauder's wing, who had just produced Queen before this.
Right.
I didn't know
Right.
that. I didn't know that until just this moment. Look at
Yeah.
it. Great record, man. Great record. That's your number 6.
6.
Yeah,
Womp
my
that
number.
sucker.
I'm going to go right back to where you came, and one of the best new ones. And I think they don't talk about it a lot, but here you go, man. Steady
There it
grip.
is.
Mine's even higher. You know, I've already said what I like. I'm toast. All that, of course.
Oh yeah.
Pacific Standard Time.
Very good
Another
album.
Cold. Self-effacing is the best.
I
Existential
mean,
threat. Don't fuck up my world. This is it, man. This is great. I got a bunch of different ones. I should have brought out all the versions I have of this, but I bought all the variants on this one.
yeah, and
They sold them.
if anyone says I'm looking for something late period, I would recommend that.
I
You
do
know,
too. I think it's a great pop
say
record.
jump in there.
Yeah.
That's a good starting point.
Oh,
Late period.
I agree. Agreed. Agreed.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm off to number 5.
Yep. In the top 5.
Another one, man. Another one that was 1982's "Angst in My Pants."
Okay.
I predict Sextown USA, Nicotina, Angst in My Pants, Instant Weight Loss, Tarzan and Jane, and of course, last title, Eaten by the Monster of
I
Love.
agree, man. It's freaking great. Mustache, even. I like it.
Oh, it's so good.
I love this record. I think the cover, when people saw the cover, they're like, "What the hell?" And then you see the Elvis thing on the back, with that nice shiny suit that
Absolutely.
he has on here, and then you've got him
Well,
dressed.
yeah, drag.
Yeah, he's in the
See,
drag here.
that's the thing. Once again, bringing humor to music. Ronnie doesn't care. He'll do anything for a laugh, man.
He is funny,
He
man.
doesn't. He's not. He
Nicotine.
looks serious all the time, but
Yeah,
he loves to laugh. He really does.
love this record, man. I love
Yeah.
the record, and that's your number 5. Well, I'm gonna
That's
really
my
say
number 5 is
5.
Angst in My Pants from
Yeah, I'm gonna
82.
think I may surprise you with this one. I might not. I might surprise you. I might not with this
What's
one.
that?
This is one that hasn't that was called out earlier for you a good bit ago, but never came back out. And I'm talking about. I love it, man. I love it more, obviously, much more than you do. And I'm talking about 2000s Balls. I think Balls is fucking great.
Balls is great.
The
Yeah.
Aero
I mean, I
Fly.
called it out earlier, but it could end up in the top 10.
It's the calm before the storm. I love ball song Balls. I love
I
Aeroflot.
saw
I love Bullet
Balls
Train.
live, which was
Yeah,
amazing. I mean, the
Bullet
title
Train.
track. Ooh, man.
How to get your ass kicked.
Yeah, that's.
It's a knockoff
Uh,
shit, man. It's educational. There's so many It's songs on
it's
this. I love it.
educational. It's fantastic.
I was really, really, really happy to see this come. When it was released on vinyl, it was one of the ones that was released in the digital age before that. So that's number 5, 2000s Balls
Number 5, Balls for you.
for me.
So we're going to the top 4. This is it. This is where the rubber hits the road once
That's
again.
right.
Number 4, probably from 1979. It's the number 1 in heaven, and it is the blueprint for synth pop in the 80s.
It is.
Everyone will tell you, from Erasure to Depeche Mode to anyone in the synth pop game, that the first thing they ever heard, the thing that wanted them to start a band, was number 1 in heaven, produced
Look at.
by Giorgio Moroder. And on the Two Hands One Mouth tour,
Uh-huh.
they did both. They did. This was great because they did both. They did Beat the Clock and Number One Song in Heaven. Just those two, and it was absolutely fucking phenomenal. And and Ron did everything, and and Russell sounded so good, but they did that was the only one other album they did 2 tracks, but they were focusing on Number One in Heaven
Wow.
on their most stripped down tour they've ever done. So
Well, I think it's interesting. You see the patch bay here. This is probably genuine. This is probably really what was used to
that's what they were
create.
doing, yeah,
Yeah, these
when
were
they worked with
prototypes.
Moroder.
Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
That is a
yeah.
groundbreaking album because of how many people it influenced,
It's probably the
especially in the
most
UK.
influential. I'd say it's probably, if not the, it's in the top couple of the most influential.
Especially in the UK, everyone that heard it, because remember they're getting airplay in the UK,
That's
not
right.
here, but in
That-
the UK,
That's
and
right.
everyone that heard that just we're starting a band. Yeah,
Or I'm going the same as you, man. I'm following up. I'm just a peg off you, man. Number 4, Angst in My Pants, 1982. We've talked about it.
there we
Nick,
go.
Sherlock Holmes, I Predict, Mickey Mouse, Eaten by the Monster of Love, but instant weight loss, man. I love it. I love it. But anyway, that's mine. I don't need to dwell on that anymore. It's 1982's Angst in My
It's
Pants. That's my number 4.
it's great, man. It is.
Great era, man.
It's the way to go. Uh,
5-star to me.
so so we're going to let's
3.
see here.
Number 3, brother.
We're going to number 3. Number 3 in my world is from 1974. It's called Kimono My House.
Whoa, surprise. I thought for sure that'd be your number 1, brother. I
No,
thought for sure.
not even no.
Number
No.
4, man. There's so many great songs, though. I mean, everybody know Amateur Hour. I mean,
Everybody
Dear
knows.
Heaven.
Yeah.
Hasta Manana. I mean, that's so great. It's great, man. Equator. Every song on that. I love this record.
Right.
Love it. Love it to death, man.
Love that album. It
Island.
is
Label here. Yeah, I love it, man. I got another with the inner sleeve. I'm sorry, I don't have it here, but that's your number 4, man. What do you think? Well, of course, this town, everything with that was their big hit.
everything. Yeah. I mean it's a fantastic album. That's what broke them in Europe. That
It
was it.
was.
That
That
was
was
the
the.
big one.
Yeah, we
You
talked
know.
about after the
Here in
second.
Heaven,
Yeah,
talent is an asset.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We
There's
talked
another
about after.
track that I used to like, a bonus track called Barbecuity. I don't know
Yeah,
if you ever saw. Yeah,
that's a good one. Yeah, we talked about how that they made a trip over to England after their they made the thing, and this was the first
yeah,
record they hit, and this is the one that
that
fit.
was it. That's with the famous Dinky Diamond. Where is Dinky Diamond on there?
Yep.
He's on the back of the album.
Yeah, yes.
There's Dinky.
There's Dinky.
Probably the greatest. He's passed away now. Probably the greatest rock moniker I've ever heard. Dinky Diamond. I've always loved Dinky Diamond.
Well, how about that or the drummer? That either that or Bunny Carlos. Those are
Bunny Carlos, who's still with us. Yeah, I followed Bunny pretty closely. Still in Illinois, still
wow.
playing. Actually,
That's your number 3, right?
number 3,
And
Kimono
now
My
I'm going to
House.
go to my number 3, and my number 3 is the other one that we just went over to. Womp that sucker. Of course, we both have good.
Wow, nice.
So why wouldn't they be the same? Tips for Teens, Funny Face, Where's My Girl? The Willies I like too. Even so,
Willie's is
that's not.
great.
Yeah, it's great, man. This is a great record, and I think this, like we said, this is a golden era that kind of started with that number 1 in Heaven and just kept on rolling, and surprisingly became more rock as the time went on. But this is when they were signed for RCA Records in the United States and have the cover with the weird thing of Russell not Russell getting knocked out by
Yeah.
Ron.
There's a video too of those
I know, it's
from that album. Yeah.
funny. All
Here's
right,
another
man.
one real quickly.
Ready for the
This
top 2 for
book
you?
right here. It's called In the Words of Sparks. It's all of Ron's lyrics in
Oh,
one book.
nice. That's that book you told me about. Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
it's fantastic. I got it at the 22 show
Oh
in
shit.
2022.
Yeah,
Foreword by Morrissey. So,
that's great.
yeah, it's called
Good.
In the Words of Sparks Selected Lyrics, edited by Ron and Russell Mail.
Nice.
Uh, It came out in 2013, actually, believe it or
Oh,
not.
wow.
So, but it's got a ton of, you know, it's kind of nice to be able to read through a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
read
Yeah.
read just Ron's lyrics.
Oh
So
yeah. I got those books on the fall that Marky Smith put out too that are really
right, and he has a
beautiful.
lot of his lyrics in some of those, doesn't he?
Handwritten, all of them. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yes,
And just other
yes.
stuff. It's great. All right, bro. We're down to two.
Number two, well, my number two, as opposed to yours, which was
I know.
way lower than this, is Propaganda from 1974. Yeah.
Propaganda. Propaganda.
These are albums that totally, yeah. That propaganda into at home, at work, at play, which is seamless. That seamless is great, man. That just blew me away.
I,
Reinforcements I liked. Don't leave me alone with her. That that was good. Never turn your back on Mother Earth. I kind of like. I chew. I didn't. Don't like kids. I like probably more than you. And Bon Voyage. I kind of liked. So
BC, man. BC's great. I love.
yes, BC's good.
I've played
Yeah.
BC. That's a hard song to play, man. That's to play on solo. That's a hard song to
And
play.
there's a bonus track from that called "Marry Me" that I liked.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, they have
yeah,
some
Marry Me.
B sides and stuff. They got great
Yeah,
things.
the B sides are great when you find some of those. You
What was
know.
the version? They did the version of that Beatles song that just was beautiful. He re harmonized it. Ron re harmonized. I saw her standing there. So I mean, it was knockout, man. I couldn't believe
Oh yeah, and this
beautiful.
was this was of course with the Mankey brothers, like you said,
Yeah,
and Dinky.
yeah.
Yeah, Hilly Michaels on drums. Yeah, man, it was great. I mean, I liked it more than you, but
T. White
those you got to
Hampton.
remember
Diamond.
everything started. Those '70s albums were it for me. You know.
Yeah, man. Cool, cool record, man. Number two, number one, or number two for me. Number two for me is the one that I was surprised it was lower for you. And I so that what this means is we have an agreement at number one. Number two to me is
Ah,
Kimono.
well, I mean, we're not talking. I mean, I didn't put it at 19 or anything.
Well, I know you didn't. You put it like I'm saying. It's a little bit, but we're they're all the same.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're right there. I mean, we're
Yeah, talent is
pretty.
equator.
Yeah,
Falling
we're pretty close there on that one. You
Costa
know.
Manana. I love. That's one of my favorites. It's
Yeah.
great record. Great record. Love it. That's my
Fantastic, man.
two. So
Yeah.
let's now salute the obvious number one for both of us from
The
1975.
number one is from 1975,
Dun, 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 dun. Mine too.
and it is called Indiscreet.
You got it, bro.
Might be I think it was the first one I ever bought, and it's been my number one since then. You know,
I love it. I love it too. It was one of the first ones that I got too, and I just
you can't beat it, man. I mean, you're talking just just hospitality on parade, happy hunting ground without using hands. Get in the swing under the table with her. How are you getting home? One side that is completely there's not a dud on that side. I
not one
listen to
moment. And you know what? I'm pointing this up to the camera, man. Produced by Tony Visconti, baby. Of
yeah.
David Bowie fame.
Visconti did a fantastic job on this album. Oh,
Tits.
that Beatles cover was "I Want to Hold Your
Want to
Hand."
hold your hand? Yeah, yeah. It was
That's
incredible.
from the bonus tracks of Indiscreet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
I
the second
love in the
side,
future. In the
just
future, I love. In the
the
future,
future's
I love.
great. Pineapple Tits. It ain't 1918 is one of my
Yeah.
favorite. That's one of my favorite Spark songs. It ain't 1918.
Under the table with her, man.
Under the Table with Her is unbelievable. In the Future, Looks is a great song. Miss the Start, Miss the End. There's really no duds on this album at all. You
Yeah, I
know?
don't understand. You know, the only, if I had one thing that I would redo, I would change the order of it, and I would put in the future as the last song. That's the
Yeah,
only thing I would change. If
yeah.
I, who am I to say that? I mean, who
Yeah.
am I to say? I mean, it's so fucking. The lady is lingering. It ain't 19. I mean, what a and that's the whole thing about drinking and tits on that tits song.
Oh,
Hilarious, man. It's great.
Tits is great. I've seen that live. It's just God, man. That that album. I now that's one of those. I have a list of bands that I've liked to have seen at certain times.
Oh
And
yeah,
I would have loved to see this Indiscreet tour in 1975 with
no,
that band.
no
It
doubt.
would have been phenomenal, man.
That was the end of the Dinky Diamond. That was the last. This was the last
Yeah.
band did.
Yeah, absolutely. But I would have loved to see that tour,
You
man.
know, I think we're on par with a lot of Sparks fans. I mean, I've heard a lot of people like for instance, Morrissey is a big. This is by
Well,
far.
that's what I mean. He wrote he wrote the foreword to the lyric book. He yeah, they that's when they hit these guys around the same period. And it's just their influence is far reaching, you know.
And something like that video for Get in the Swing. I mean, how out of step everything else in the world at that time
With
was he
everything.
from planet Mars?
Yeah. Well, just think about it.
Him in those short pants going around dancing
You've
around.
got you've got you've got a matinee idol singer who sings in a falsetto, and his brother who looks like he's about 88 pounds soaking wet with a
Yeah,
Hitler
yeah,
mustache.
yeah, right.
He's got a Hitler mustache. The brother is a matinee idol, and his brother writes songs about not being good looking for his good looking brother to sing.
Looks. Yep, yep.
That's what I'm saying, man. And that's been a constant thread. And he does that deliberately. Ron does that deliberately and makes Russell sing those, you know.
So funny.
I wish I was better looking.
I know.
That's a great song.
It's great. Yeah, I know.
You
And
know
those.
they did that song live? You know where they did that song live? Are you ready for this?
No.
Solid Gold. Do you remember the show from the 70s and
Yeah,
80s,
with
Solid Gold?
Marilyn McCoo and with
Marilyn McCoo. They did that live. They did I Wish I Was Better Looking live on Solid Gold.
they normally only do the hits on Sonic Gold. That's weird. That's
And
really
it
weird.
wasn't a hit, but they were in LA and they booked them, you know. And they of course they lip sync the whole damn thing.
Did you ever see that thing where American Bandstand, the guy that did American Bandstand was like Ron and he were like, joking back and forth a lot. What's that
Oh,
guy?
Dick Clark.
Dick Clark will like
And he goes, Who's the oldest between you two? He goes, Who's the oldest here? And he goes, You are. That's what he said. And I'll tell you what, you can say what you want about Dick Clark. Every time they had a new release when in their heyday,
yeah,
he had them on
he
because they
was
were in LA and something about them. Dick loved Sparks. He
he
really
did.
did.
He did. They
Nobody gave him that
always
kind of
interact
exposure.
with the crowd there and stuff too. It was great.
And they even said that. They said, "Man, Dick Clark, every time we had a release, we got a phone call from Bandstand. Dick wants
Great.
you on the show."
Great.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, this is a tribute to Sparks, man. We want you guys to do us a favor and tell us what you think. You've heard our allotment here, and the lists are very similar, and I think they would be similar to most Sparks fans, with a few exceptions, which makes it interesting. Let us know what you guys think. Please help us out and hit the like button. It drives the algorithm and it helps us. If it's something you'd like, please help us by subscribing here. And we appreciate this. And if you haven't seen
Yeah.
the other Sparks video, please check out. Well, you're probably already at the end now, but if you
Right.
want the other one, the number 27 through number 11 are on the first video that we did, and that's gonna be uploaded before this one, so it should be available.
And also, yeah, put your list on here, and comment if you don't like anything that we did. Comment on that too. Like, hey, you guys are completely out of sync with reality. That's fine. I don't mind it. I'd like to hear what you got, but put your list on too so we can see it.
I agree, man. Well, thank you guys again, and thanks for tuning in and being here with us. And we'll be back at you again shortly with some new stuff. We're already formulating what the next steps are, so we will
Yep.
catch you guys next time. Thanks a lot.
Have a good one. See ya.